How's everybody doing here? Welcome in here to Rover Sports. I am going to preview the 2019 New York Jets season. I have to admit that I watched one Jets drive, and it was awesome to see Davis Webb out there enjoying himself with Sam Darnold and with Adam Gase. I think that Adam Gase is actually going to help out Sam Darnold, and I actually think he's going to help out Davis Webb a ton. Because Davis Webb, he's already leapfrog Trevor Siemian. And Davis Webb is going to learn a lot from Gase because Gase worked very well with Peyton Manning. Now, I've said on this show, this is what I've said on this show. I said that Adam Gase was a disaster hire. I looked at him in Miami. His inability to get along with the front office was appalling. They had no forward momentum. They were completely a stale team. Even when they made the playoffs with Matt Moore and got blitzed by the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ryan Tannehill, they had very average talent. They were very poor at drafting players and developing wide receivers like Devontae Parker out of Louisville never took that next step. Their defense was always kind of a hodgepodge of defensive players, and they never were able to sustain any consistency. They were a very boring NFL team, one of the most boring teams and non-threatening teams in the entire league. So I said that the Jets would not be good this year. I've been a Jets hater for a while. I haven't liked the drafting of Sam Darnold. I didn't like the Ja'Kai Polite pick. Le'Veon Bell is a huge distraction off the field. I think he was quite selfish in Pittsburgh because he had an opportunity to make about $14 or $15 million and play for a championship team. Instead, he decided the grass is always greener on the other side, hence the that line, whatever you call that. Grass is always greener. Now he's with the New York Jets. So in that one Jets drive, Adam Gase did look impressive. I'm not going to lie. I loved how that was filmed. He was sitting in a dark room. He looked a million times more impressive going over Sam Darnold tape than he did when he was at his press conference and he was out of his element and he wasn't able to wear the hat and, he had that situation go down. Anyway, the New York Jets are a young team. Their chemistry is unsolved. They don't have a winning culture yet. Now, in the NFL, it's easier than college to get a winning culture. You look at Greg Williams, and he's bringing in that alpha dog mentality to the Jets. The Jets are going to have to win for Adam Gase and this thing to go right. You're going to have to see improvement from Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold has a very quick release. He doesn't have the biggest of arms, and he has made some terrible interception mistakes. But there is an honest chance that Sam Darnold could be like a really, really special football player because his release is so quick, because he can't anticipate. Could he be like a Jimmy Garoppolo, like a dominant, like a Tony Romo, really good football player? I've said throughout his evaluation, I've never given Sam the opportunity to be elite because I just look at him as flimsy. Doesn't weigh enough. Throws flutter balls, cannot stretch the field, and hesitant. And at the end of the Browns game, he was a mess last year. But could Sam Darnold and Adam Gase put this together? There's a world where Adam Gase could be the quarterback whisperer, where Sam Darnold can turn into his version of Peyton Manning. He's never going to be Peyton Manning, but maybe he could be a Pro Bowler like a Phillip Rivers or a Tony Romo. I still don't see it happening for the New York Jets. I am going to stay firm in my evaluation that the New York Jets are going to fail this year. And if they fail, Adam Gase and his temperament, I don't think it's going to stick with Jamal Adams, with Le'Veon Bell, with all the outspoken leaders that the Jets have. I look at Chris Johnson, and at the top, they are not the best and the most succinct at the top of their organization. So I'm going to go forward now, give them a little bit of a schedule breakdown here. For the New York Jets, I'm going to go ahead and pull up their schedule, and we'll talk about their roster, and we'll talk about their schedule, okay? Their offensive line is still not that impressive. The way that I look at their offensive line, even though they picked up a guy from the Oakland Raiders, I still don't love their offensive line unit. But let's look at their team. So you have Robbie Anderson. Then you have Not many players. Jamison Crowder. So that's not a lot of weapons. Will Trayvon Wesco be a good tight end for the New York Jets? Who knows? He's going to have to be. If he's going to be good, if the Jets are going to be good, Trayvon Wesco is going to have to be good. Chris Herndon is suspended now for 4 games. That's already getting off to a terrible culture. That's already getting off to bad culture. Your centers are no names like Jonathan Harrison, Kelvin Beachum from Jacksonville, and Chuma Udoga from USC, who is undersized and who's raw. I didn't love that pick. You could have gotten that guy out of West Virginia that the Patriots got Yadni Kanjust. You could have gotten him. Brandon Shell is your right tackle. Tom Compton, though, is a decent player from Minnesota. I know he's played a while in this league. You have Brian Winters and Kalichi Osemele. So maybe in the middle of the field you can run the ball. Le'Veon Bell has been a sensational NFL running back. He's been one of the best backs in all football. You get him. But again, he's getting older, and he's also got paid that big contract. I don't think he's going to be very motivated this year. On the defense, you have Quinnen Williams and Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams might get that extra motivation from Quinnen Williams since they know each other. You have C.J. Mosley, Brandon Copeland, who I think is a veteran, Avery Williamson, who I really like, who can hit really hard, and then Blake Cashman from Minnesota. That's a good culture fit here for the New York Jets. He's a guy that's going to work hard. He's an undersized 6-foot linebacker. Terrell Basham from the Indianapolis Colts. They end up getting him in free agency. Darryl Roberts, one of my favorite cornerbacks, is on this team. He should be a slot corner. You're going to need Tremaine Johnson to play at the level that he's getting paid. You also signed Brian Poole, a very good signing. He was good with the Atlanta Falcons. So Jets roster is still not that great. I don't like their center. I don't like their tackles. Their offensive line's not that good. Robbie Anderson, I don't think he could be a number 1 receiver and be that effective. I'm not that bullish on Sam Darnold. Le'Veon Bell, who knows how healthy he's going to be. He's been out of football for a while. The chemistry between Le'Veon, Jamal, you look at Adam Gase and crazy Greg Williams with Christopher Johnson, this is not going to be a sustainable culture. You also play the New England Patriots. You play them twice in a matter of 6 weeks. So this New York Jets team, I think this Jets team is in for a long season, okay? And the good news is, though, is Davis Webb is probably going to get the number 2 position. I'm more excited, actually, for the preseason than maybe even the regular season because I can't wait to see Webb finally get a chance in the preseason to play a lot of snaps, and I can't wait to see him in training camp to continue to progress throughout his young career. And he'll be behind Sam Darnold. Anyway, week 1, Buffalo Bills, winnable game. I'll have you lose to Buffalo. I'll have you lose to Cleveland 0-2. Have you lose to the Patriots 0-3. Have you lose to the Eagles 0-4. So then already Adam Gase is probably gone. When you look at it, Dallas Cowboys at home, Patriots. This is the most brutal opening schedule. You are playing really good teams. Buffalo is your most winnable game. I think you need to win that game. Cleveland, but I'm not really adjusting. I see maybe the Jets going 0-6, maybe 0-7. This could be one of the ugliest seasons ever. Just looking at their schedule right now, if the Jets go 0-7 or 0-8, there's a chance that Davis Webb might get to take over. There's a chance that Adam Gase gets fired. And if the Jets lose all of these games, there's a chance that Adam Gase could if the Jets go like 3-13, there's a chance that Gase will be fired. If they go 3-13 with this roster and with them spending this money, Adam Gase will certainly be fired. But Adam Gase is friends with Joe Douglas, so who the hell knows? But this is one of the toughest schedules in the NFL. I don't care that your schedule gets easier in the back end. I don't care that you play all these teams in the back end of your schedule. I honestly have them losing every single game on this schedule. 0-7 at the Miami Dolphins. You're still 0-7, 0-8. Play the Giants 0-9. Go to Washington. I'll give you a win. 1-10, 1-9. This one, Davis Webb's probably playing. 2-9, you beat the Raiders. 3-9, you beat the Bengals. 4-9 against the Miami Dolphins, 4-10 to the Baltimore Ravens, 4-11 to Pittsburgh, and then at Buffalo, 4-12. It's going to be a really brutal season. Let me give you the best case scenario. You beat Buffalo, you're 1-0. If you beat Buffalo and beat Cleveland, you go to 2-0. You lose to the Patriots and Eagles, you're 2-2. You beat the Cowboys 3-2. Patriots again, 3-3. Jacksonville 4-3. Miami 5-3. New York Giants 6-3. Redskins 7-3, like 8-3. I don't see that happening at all. I see the Jets having a disaster year. I would take the under in their win total, like maybe a 4-win season, because this schedule is brutal. Because you play the Eagles and the Patriots in back-to-back weeks, the Browns and the Buffalo Bills. You maybe will be able to split that, but then you're going to be 1-3 no matter what. And then you have the Cowboys coming in for a 4:00 game. Dallas is a good team, runs the football, plays great defense. Then you have the Patriots again. Then you go to Jacksonville and to Miami. You are not going to start off this season well. If you made the playoffs, I would be beyond shocked. I would come back and apologize. But this schedule does you no favors for a rookie head coach. You have no easy games in the beginning of the season. It's one of the hardest schedules in the entire NFL to navigate. So you guys are in for a long year. I know I've been sounding like a Jets hater, but I've given you points to the lineup that I like. I like the Wesco pick. Adam Gase and Sam Darnold could potentially be decent. Jamison Crowder was not a bad signing. C.J. Mosley was a very, very good signing. Quinnen Williams was a great addition to this team. I'm just giving you the lowdown on what I think of the New York Jets. And I am not enthused by this Jets team at all. I see a lot of problems, offensive line problems. The secondary should be okay, but you have Brian Poole and Tremaine Johnson. They haven't exactly proven themselves. Linebacker-wise, you still have some holes of this defense. And then offensively, you're just playing the Patriots. You're playing Carson Wentz, Nick Foles, Josh Allen, Tom Brady. This is who you're starting the season off with, and you're not going to win, and Dak Prescott, and you're not going to win early. So even though your team might not be that bad, your schedule is so hard. You're like the Giants last year with Pat Shurmur, where your team is like an average team, but because of your schedule, you're going to be made out to be horrible, and then the momentum of your schedule is going to affect you. It's going to affect you. So I'm saying another 4-12 year for the New York Jets. Then you have Joe Douglas and Adam Gase. And it depends. Are you going to keep Sam Darnold in when you're 0-9? Is Davis Webb going to take over this franchise? I love Davis Webb. I do. Davis Webb is sensational. Davis Webb is the hardest worker in the whole NFL, and he's never given up. Maybe Davis Webb can win 5 straight games and keep Adam Gase's job. It's going to come down to that. Will Davis Webb keep Adam Gase's job? That's what's going to happen. Is that going to happen? Is Adam Gase and Greg Williams going to leave immediately? You probably can't fire him immediately. It's all about Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold's going to get rocked early this year. So this is setting up terrible. The scheduling gods did you no favors at all. You've no offensive line and no foresight. Joe Douglas seems like a good, hardworking guy. He actually seems like a great hire. What's going to happen with Sam Darnold? Remember people saying that the Giants are going to regret passing on Sam Darnold? Because Josh Allen was taken way at 7. So it's really Sam Darnold versus Saquon. Who's the future in New York? Is Sam Darnold the future? People are making fun of the Giants, saying the Giants should have taken Daniel Jones, or should have taken Darnold instead of Daniel Jones. Darnold might be out of the league. It might be the Davis Webb team with Adam Gase, which could be really exciting. I'm hoping for that, honestly. Yes, I'm hoping that the Jets suck so that Webb gets in. But I'm being objective. This schedule is hard as shit. It is so freaking hard. Hard as shit. So, I don't like it in any particular manner. And this is going to be a long year. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be